So happy to have you here.
Thank you. It's so nice to be back here.
I saw you recently, and we were talking about you have a baby, Kit.
I have a baby.
How is Kit doing?
Kit is doing great. She's 5 months old.
Fantastic.
And actually, I've been living in New York for a couple months now.
There you go.
Thank you. Yeah. And one of the things you were so kind, you and your wife, Alexi, were so kind, you recommended a doctor.
Yeah.
And she's an amazing doctor.
She's great.
For my child. And so I went in with her to get her shots. And this is a cool doctor, because the first thing she said to me, she was like, "Hi, just so you know, I don't watch any TV." And to me, of course, that meant like, it was like a challenge.
Yeah.
To me, she's just not into, I don't know if she said this to you, like she's just like, "I don't watch any TV."
But
it's
I
not
have
something...
to say, if she says that, like she's watched a little.
She's watched a little TV.
To know that that's something she needs to tell you.
Yeah, and then instead of being like, okay, this is about my daughter and her getting her shots, I was like, now I gotta impress this woman. And so I was like, no, you don't watch any TV? What about films? Have you seen A Wrinkle in Time? I know Oprah, and she's just like, truly, I just need to give your daughter a vaccination to extend her life. And I'm like, but I was on The Office with Steve Carell. And she just didn't care, but she's a good doctor.
This is very exciting to be in this Ocean's 8 film with all these incredible actresses.
Yeah.
And you guys famously are on a text chain together.
Yes.
Do you guys is this still an existing text chain?
Well, we are on a text chain together, and then what happened was we've been talking about the text chain. So Nora, Aquafina, who's in the movie, was like, I think someone might hack one of our phones to get the information, which I thought was smart. So she named some app that we could have another text chain, but we had to like come up with our fake names on the text chain, and some of us were just use their first name because they're more mature. And I was Sarah Paulson fan 69. Sarah Paulson's in the movie, and then she was Man Boob 69. So that's the level.
Okay, that's the level of discourse that's happening
on this channel.
You've obviously, for a big film like this, you've had to do a ton of press.
Yeah.
How has that been?
It's been mostly great because the other actresses are really fun, and it's nice to do press with them. But today, so when you're doing these heist movies, everyone has like their special power, which is why Debbie Ocean like pulls us together to do this heist. And so this male interviewer, we're doing international press. I was doing press with Anne Hathaway and with Sarah Paulson, and he was asking us, like, Annie, she's an actress, in the movie she plays an actress, and Sarah Paulson, she's a party promoter in it. And then with me, she's like, okay, he was like, Mindy, you play a jeweler. Now, you are not married and have never been engaged, so how do you know about diamonds? Because it's all about diamonds and stealing diamond necklaces. And I was like, I'm sorry. So he's basically like, how you, a famous spinster, how would you've never been anywhere near a diamond before. No man has ever, it's like as though if you're not married and engaged, you've never seen a diamond. You have, and it was...
It also seems to be that he has a fundamental misunderstanding of acting.
Yes, yes.
Because you could have said, like, oh, by the way, none of us have robbed a museum.
None of us have robbed a museum. But he was so incredulous.
Yeah.
He was like, I can't put this together. No man has ever loved you. So in what way would you, I know, it was...
That strikes me as a very European press question. Like, yes, we do not, we ask the question we think of, and then you cannot take offense.
Yes, without giving away too much, yes, that is a correct guess. Yeah.
You guys filmed at the museum at the Met at night. Was that a cool scene to be filming there?
Yeah, so a lot of the movie takes place at a fake Met Gala, and you've been there before, which is very glamorous. So for most of the actresses, they got to wear like gowns and go to the fake Met Gala. And when I heard about the script, I thought, oh, I love fashion, I love the Met Gala. But we were going through the script, and all of them are there, and I am playing a short order chef at the Met. So I'm 3 floors down on like the bowels of the Met, like washing dishes. So without giving too much spoiler alert, like, Sandy is looking so beautiful and Anne Hathaway is looking beautiful. And then they cut to me and I'm like, I'm literally washing dishes and I have my earpiece and I'm like, and then I have to go, Miguel, I'm going on my break. and then I spend the rest of the movie in a large bathroom stall assembling a necklace.
Yeah.
So that's what I got to do.
But that made sense to me. That made sense to me because you have been to a bathroom.
Yes.
So I understood this part. This part made sense.